So you're thinking about Greenland. Maybe you've seen the photos of icebergs, the northern lights, or those colorful little houses on the coast. But what no one really tells you is that Greenland's capital Nuuk is more layered than it looks. It's remote, yes, but it's also modern. It's deeply indigenous, yet forward-facing. And the truth is, the best trip to Nuuk isn't just about crossing it off your list. It's about understanding what life is really like at the edge of the Arctic Circle. In this video, we're going beyond the clichés. Yes, there are fjords, glaciers, and snow. Dogs, but also coffee shops, street art, and a cultural identity that's evolving in real time. Whether you're here for the landscape, the culture, the silence, or the story, you'll leave with something you didn't expect. Most people picture Nuuk as remote, and it is. But that doesn't mean primitive. When you arrive, you'll find a city of sleek Nordic buildings, modern supermarkets, curated coffee shops, and a cultural scene that's growing fast. It's tiny, less than 20,000 people live here, but it has a skyline, a nightlife, a growing culinary scene, and a deep, proud history. Downtown Nuuk sits against one of the largest fjord systems in the world. The air is cold and clean, the streets are quiet, and everything feels surprisingly balanced, a city that somehow makes Arctic life feel completely livable. The question most people ask is, who lives here? And the answer is Greenlanders who are redefining what it means to live in the north. You'll hear Kalaalleq, the Greenlandic language, spoken alongside Danish and English. You'll see traditional sealskin boots next to puffy Patagonia jackets. And you'll notice that the old and the new aren't fighting for space here, they're blending. Take a walk through town and you'll pass the Greenland National Museum, home to hauntingly preserved Inuit mummies and carved wooden tools. Walk further and you'll find Kattuaq, the cultural center of the city, hosting film screenings, dance and live concerts in a building designed to mimic the movement of the Northern Lights. This isn't just a place preserving its culture, it's actively evolving it. And as a traveler, you're stepping into a living narrative. But let's not forget, getting here is part of the story. Nuuk isn't the kind of place you stumble into. There are no direct flights from the US, and none from mainland Europe yet either. To get here, most travelers fly through Reykjavik, Iceland, or Copenhagen with a connection into Nuuk via a regional carrier like Air Greenland. There's no rail system, no highways, just flights, and for the adventurous, coastal ferries or ice-breaking cruise ships that dock in summer. The remoteness isn't a hurdle. It's the first sign that you're about to experience something rare. So now that you've arrived, what is there to actually do in Nuuk? Start at the National Museum to understand the centuries of Inuit heritage that shaped this land. You'll see kayaks made of driftwood and seal skin, carvings that predate the Vikings, and the Killikitsik mummies, eerie and powerful reminders of Arctic life long before tourism. Next, walk over to Kattuaq, the cultural heart of the city, for live music, visual art, or even just coffee and Arctic tapas under its wave-shaped roof. In summer, hop on a boat to explore the Nuuk Kangerlua Fjord. You'll cruise past icebergs, watch humpback whales surface, and see mountains that seem to rise straight from the sea. In winter, things slow down, but in the best way. You can go dog sledding just outside the city, chase the northern lights, or spend hours in warm cafes watching snow drift quietly across the tundra. And for the more adventurous, yes, there are hiking trails. Climb Leo Maline or explore nearby valleys where you might not see another soul all day. And now the food. Because yes, Nuuk has a food scene. At the fine dining inn, you'll find places like Sarfalik, offering Greenlandic tasting menus, featuring muskox, snow crab, sea buckthorn, and reindeer. It's local, seasonal, and presented with Nordic flair. But there are also cozy local spots, cafes that serve seal soup, dried fish snacks, caribou stew, and rich loaves of rye bread. The grocery stores here are part survivalist and part Scandinavian, stocking whale meat and instant noodles next to Danish licorice and Norwegian chocolate. And if you're just looking for a perfect latte, yes, Nuuk has legit third-wave coffee. Try Cafe Tokervik or Pascucci for oat milk cappuccinos with fjord views. But here's the part no one really tells you. Nuuk doesn't just look different, it feels different. There's a rhythm to life here that's hard to put into words. You wake up with a light. You walk more. You talk less. You pay attention to the sky, to the wind, to the way the sea looks at. Most visitors describe it as stillness, but it's not empty. It's full of presence. You begin to realize that people here don't fight the environment. They work with it. They flow with it. And in a world that often feels rushed and loud, Nuuk gives you permission to slow down. So when's the best time to go? Summer, from June to August, is ideal if you want warmer weather, long daylight hours, and boat tours through the fjords. It's also festival season. Check out Nuuk Nordisk for art, music, and food. Winter, from November to March, offers the Arctic experience, snow, aurora hunting, and dog sledding. Shoulder seasons, spring and fall, are quieter, cheaper, and perfect if you want a more reflective, uncrowded experience. Where should you stay? There are a few hotels in town. Hotel Hansi Jeet is the largest, with stunning views from its sky bar. Nuuk Hostels offers more of a cultural immersion, with turf-roofed huts and a sauna overlooking the water. There are also apartment rentals, boutique stays, and Airbnb options, most of which are within walking distance of everything. You don't need a car. Nuuk is compact. Most things are 5 to 15 minutes apart on foot or by bus. What about how long to stay? We recommend at least 3 to 5 days. Enough time to explore the museums, take a fjord tour, try some local food, and importantly, settle into the pace of life. This isn't a checklist kind of destination. Nuuk asks you to show up, be present, and let the city reveal itself on its own terms. Here's what travelers often get wrong about Nuuk. They think it's always cold. But in summer, it's often the 50s Fahrenheit or 10 to 15 Celsius. They think it's cut off. But the internet is fast, and the cultural scene is vibrant. They think there's nothing to do. But really, Nuuk is exactly what you make of it. If you come here expecting constant stimulation, you might be disappointed. But if you come for stillness, clarity, and connection, you'll leave changed. Because Nuuk isn't just a capital city, it's an idea of how we can live better, even on the edge of the world. If you're still with us, you're probably seriously considering going, and if so, we've got more for you. Check the description for a full Nuuk travel resource. Local guides, food recommendations, flight logistics, what to pack, and exact routes that get. Subscribe if you love thoughtful travel, because we're here to show you places that don't make the top 10 list, but leave the biggest mark. Nuuk is one of them. And once you go, you'll never forget it.